moment of the week.
Travis Hunter said he'll rather quit football than play only wide receiver or cornerback in the NFL. Cam, what do you think about Hunter's comments, and what do you really think he meant? Like, I'm never gonna play football again.
He's serious about playing both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's delusional to the toll it's gonna take on him.
So let me speak on that too, because he feels like it would be more of a toll mentally than physically because you're learning both sides of the ball, learning the aspect. But just to put on record, it is important that no team has expressed an issue with him playing both sides of the ball as of yet. For the interviews he went on, nobody seemed like it was an issue for him playing both sides.
No, it's not. But is it something that's sustainable throughout this season? Like, he can have packages, but you have to start somewhere.
So you saying being number one cornerback and number one wide receiver?
No, that's not realistic, bro. That's and Travis, Bartholomew Hunter, the great Esquire. Understand this. I'll give me one team, Peggy. Matter of fact, I'll give
Cleveland. Go with Cleveland.
Cleveland. To have to cover a Jared Judy and then have to come back and be covered by a Denzel Ward, bro, you playing with grown men. Not this, you ain't playing with peers no more. You playing with grown men. You playing with all pros. You playing with people who've been playing and studying this game at the professional level for 6+, 7+, 3+, 2+ years. The physicality, the mental aspect, that's what you have. You ain't witnessed that yet. And to do it on both sides, that's not to say you can't have packages. Packages is, okay, we got a nickel package with Travis. We have a 5-wide package or 11 personnel package with Travis offensively. But to say, okay, I'm going to go from defense playing the first drive, which would maybe 8 to 11 play drive, and then starting out and then going back to playing defense for 17 games and playoffs.
That minimum, yeah.
How long are we going to be able to do that?
Yeah. But let me ask you this, though, even with, like, packages or whatnot. And I think even with Travis, like him playing a percentage of the plays, like how often? So if he's starting that corner, right, I'm playing that every down, how much would you even, if you gave me a certain percentage of snaps, like how many, like what's your percentage of snaps you think he could play?
Let's start with 50% of the snaps.
Okay.
Let's just start with 50.
That's a good
But
amount.
when I think about starting, I'm thinking about you're the number one option. That's not realistic, bro.
On both ends.
That's not realistic. If you think about the Miami Dolphins, you got to cover Tyreek Hill and then be covered by Jalen Ramsey? Bruh, these are grown men. And you know what? Let me say it like this. I'm projecting my fear on Travis Hunter, and that's not right. Matter of fact, I hope he does it. Because now it opens up the possibility of what we have been brainwashed to think that
it can't be done.
You know what? And let me check myself.
Yeah.
If he want to do that, let him do it. Let him figure it out.
If he able to do it.
And if he's able to do it, we're not talking about that. And I think that's what a lot of people are thinking like. We're projecting our issues.
I can't think it in my mind to do it.
We've never seen it.
Yeah.
We've never seen it. And to think like, because at one point he was very bold, bullish about this same idea in college. Oh, man, you can't do that in college.
And it worked.
Did it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, Travis Bartholomew Hunter, the great Esquire. By all means, bro, stand on business. But I know this to be true about him. He will be prepared.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some training, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Like he's gonna have to tap into a whole different sector because that league is a different monster.
Now I have to ask you this, and this is off camera. We talked about this. hypothetically,
Yeah.
Travis plays number one on both ends, cornerback, wide receiver. Mm-hmm. When it comes to starting to sign a contract, where would they place him in regards? Like, would it contractually, like, would they have to pay him on both sides, or just like as now, like you're just the best cornerback, so we're gonna pay you at the top end of a cornerback, or you're the best wide receiver? Like, how should you go about doing a contract like that?
I think the league should take this approach and let's go by positions. Like every team has a position that is more valuable than the next team's position. What I mean by that is, when you think about the Kansas City Chiefs, what position is the most valuable?
On their team, they're quarterback.
Quarterback, right? But there's other teams that does not have or that doesn't play through their quarterback.
No.
Right? So you have like a 49ers, and this was the healthy Christian McCaffrey.
Correct.
So when you have a position, like it should be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, all the way, boom. Whatever that number 1 is, it don't matter if it's a running back, linebacker, tight end, receiver, that person should garner that money, right? And that will retract, and that will make everybody understand, like, yo, if I'm playing for this team, then the most money should go to the most valuable player on that team.
But I think that might switch depending on the coach that they get, because the scheme might change.
Hello.
So now I get this coach, now my money going to change?
Hello.
But what I'm asking is...
And it changes regardless anyway, though.
That's true. It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. So and to your point, it's like, yo, if I get a coach who runs a 3-4, then that puts the onus on the old school DNs. Like the DNs got to be more athletic. The chances of me staying here, being a run stopper, I got to be able to drop back in coverage. I got to be able to do this. I got to be able to rush the quarterback as well. Like you ain't thinking about that.
But should they pay him double if he's doing double the work? That's what I'm saying.
That's for them to figure out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, look, if he's going to create a position for itself, bro.
I think he's going to create it. If
he's
he's
the
successful.
leader. He's the leader of the new generation of athletes. Mm-hmm. And so many times athletes have been shunned because it just hasn't been done before. Yeah. But you have a guy who's been very open about, bro, I want to play both sides of the ball. Let him play it. And then have a realization to say, hey, even though your competitiveness wants you to play, you're not helping us. You dig what I'm saying? You're becoming a liability. And it's sad to say, or it's like, whoa, can we really say that about Travis? Man, let the dude go out there and play whatever you want to play, and we'll figure it out on the go. Because when somebody's so good, you'll find a position for him.
You're gonna find your way on the field.
Look, let me tell you something, man. Get that dude the ball, and a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's so much that, like, behind the scenes of a football game, coaches who are defensive minds will always chime in to offensive minded coaches. Hey, get so-and-so the ball. It's 3rd and 3. Get him the ball. I want him to touch the ball. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And what they gonna do? Get him the ball.
Fact.
Feel me?
That's real.
So that's where we at with it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Next clip.